Hi Roomies, it's Roma, and today we're gonna do a styling video because I found something. So remember a few videos ago I was talking about filling empty spaces, and I was trying to find a cabinet that would work in an area in the house, and I was also looking for a vessel of some sort, a large oversized vessel to fill a corner. Well, I found a cabinet. So I was scrolling online and found one on Crate and Barrel, and went and looked at it and sort of settled on it but hadn't purchased it, and was still scrolling online with this other cabinet, but I hadn't had a chance to go in person and look at it. And so I ended up settling on a different cabinet from Bassett Home Furniture. And they have a store in Downtown Summerlin, and I went and took a look at it and fell in love with it. And so I purchased it, and they got delivered this past Saturday. And so I thought we'd take some time to style it today. And so I'll show you the cabinet and some of the items I've purchased to put inside, and then we'll do some shopping around the house and see how we can fill it and make it look Roma. And just so you know, this video is not sponsored by Bassett. I did purchase this cabinet out of my own money. And if you'd like some help with anything like that, purchasing furniture, where to place it, how to pick a paint color, you can join me on my website at roomsbyroma.com, and you can set up an appointment, and I look forward to creating with you. And as you see, I purchased a few things. I didn't get too carried away, but you know how I do things. So there are a few things to still unbox. I did take some things out of the boxes just to make sure they weren't broken. I didn't want to unbox things and then they're not in the condition that they should be on camera and that sort of thing. I just have a personal issue with that, so I just decided to open them up a little early. The other thing is I've also had these items in my office in a box for a while because I knew I was going to get a cabinet and a space to sort of redo in the house, and I found some objects that I fell in love with, and thought I would buy them to add to things that I already have. So I also think that that is a great place to shop, is you shop inside your home as well. You buy a few new things and then you add the old things, and that's what helps it make it look more curated over time. So these are some of the items that I found, and I purchased these from a website called Essence. This is not sponsored by Essence. I don't have any item up here that's sponsored by any other company. As I mentioned, I did purchase these items with my own money, and I like doing that because then I can talk about it freely and don't feel like I have to say something nice about it if I don't like it. So the thought process around most of this is to try and inject some color into the cabinet and some various shapes and sizes and textures, because that's how I decorate anyway. And I also think that when you do vertical storage styling in a storage cabinet, you do want a lot of variation of textures and sizes of pieces. Now, there is a theory that some people have where they try and keep it all one color or all one shape or all one size. You can do that, but you don't have to do that. You can mix it and match it and however sort of styling you want to have in there. But I do try to stay symmetrical, or I do try and stay where if I group two things on one side, I also try and group two things on the other side, just so that it's balanced from top to bottom. And so as we style it, I'll try and show you that way. As I mentioned, I did get some of these items from a website called Essence. It's S-S-E-N-S-E, I think it is. And normally I'm perusing for clothes on that website. and didn't know that they had home decor pieces, but they do. So some of these items are some of the things I found from there. I really like this. I thought it was gonna be bigger, what she said, but it actually is a pretty good size. I like the color and I like the texture and the different sort of definition, different definitions inside the glazing and the different colors. I also thought it would be nice to use as a flower vase sometimes. This is a glass vase. I really like this. I like the hand painted sort of quality that it has. I don't think this is hand painted, but it looks like it's glass that's been hand painted, and that's why I like it. You know me and my orange, and this is kind of an orangey pinkish sort of bubble vase. I just like the shape of that. So all of these items came from Essence off of that website. The vases did. This, let me move this. This actually came from Crate and Barrel, and I need to wipe it down before I put it in the cabinet. This is just a glass catch-all. I got this from CB2, actually, and I just like it. I like the color of it. I like it. It's just a little different. I think this was a collaboration they did with Max Mara, a designer, and it's supposed to resemble a bangle bracelet. So that's what this is. It should kind of resembles a bracelet, kind of like if, you know, you could slip your big hand in that and slide it on your arm. I also got this from CB2. This is just a brass catch-all. I just wanted some other shiny elements to be picked up in the cabinet because the cabinet itself is pretty dark. And so anything that's reflective will help show up in there a little better. I also picked this up from CB2. This is a book display riser. So you sit this inside and sit the book in here and open it up. These are really good for coffee tables. I've never styled this inside a cabinet, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it once I get it in there, but I'd at least try it since it showed up, and let's see how that works. These are other items I picked up from Essence. I'm gonna do this one first. I did cheat a little bit and open these early, so you're not the first person to see this. I saw it first, but I am gonna show it to you. This is an amber colored vase. I just like colored glass for some reason. The texture is what showed up the best, I think. It's just a little bubbly sort of, it kind of looks like popcorn, I guess, is what it reminds me of. But I just like the texture of it, and I like how it shines. Again, that came from Essence. It's from a company that I've never heard of, AYTM. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it, but it's AYTM. And so that's where that vase came from. I got another vase from that same company, and I have to say, this one is probably my favorite. I've always wanted one of these vases in this shape and in this color, but I had to wait to see which one I liked. And so this came from that company as well. I got it off that, like I said, off the Essence website. This is from the AYTM company. I like the bulbous sort of effect it has. There is some texture to it. It feels like sand, and it's kind of a eggshell finish. It's not shiny, but it's not truly matte either, because there is some glisten to it. And then the inside is completely shiny. I don't know if you can see that from the camera, but it's pretty glossy on the inside. I don't know if this can hold flowers, so if you purchase something like this and you're not sure, what I would suggest is getting a clear glass vessel of some sort and put that inside first, to hold the water and then put your flowers inside that, not directly inside your vase. So that is a little tip in case you want to do that. This came from a company called Alicia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that came from this company. And I follow another, she has a DIY channel, Exo McKenna. And so shout out to her. She sort of influenced me to buy this. It was a vase that she bought. And I was trying to find something that mimicked or had the same sort of feel as this vase does. Woo, almost broke it. As this vase does. So I was trying to find something to balance out the opposite side of the cabinet if I needed to, or the top or bottom, just so that it would match. And I found this. So, as you can tell, this was one I haven't unwrapped or hadn't seen yet. So we're seeing it together. I did view it online, but I hadn't unwrapped it, so here it is. And I do like the paper bag sort of quality and how it's wrinkled and not perfect, but this one is a little more matte. I want to say still kind of eggshell. The inside, again, does have that shiny, glossy feel to it. It's handmade. There's a signature on the bottom. So I bought that to sort of balance out the shape and texture and sort of imperfectness of that other vase. So that's where that came from. And then the last couple pieces, this was also from the Essence website. This is from a design company called Ferm, F-E-R-M, and this is one of my favorite pieces. I do love a footed bowl, and this is marble, solid marble. I like the linear shape of it because you don't normally see bowls this shape or on feet like this. I have another bowl similar that I have in the house on another table, so if I need to style with it, we'll grab it as we do the cabinet. But I really liked this. I just like the different shape of it. And as you know, I like to decorate with natural materials, and so the marble is going to work well with that. Yes, it's a company called Ferm Living, F-E-R-M Living. So I said, like I mentioned, this came from the Essence website. And Essence is a website where you can get designer things at a discounted price. So some of them are overstock items, some of them are items from a previous season. But like I mentioned, I usually go on that website and order things like clothes from that website, or look for clothes or bags or that sort of thing from that website. I didn't even know that they had home goods. So, and the last item I found are these candlesticks. Okay, these, you're gonna probably be surprised. These came from Home Depot, of all places, but I like them. And there's a bunch of different sizes of them. I liked the sort of modern shape of them. And I liked how the base is a little fatter. So there's about 6 of these inside the box, all different sizes. They're all the same tone, but the neck is a little longer. And they're for taper candles. I may put candles in them, I may not. I'm not a huge taper candle person. I just don't like them. I'm sure you could, if you wanted battery operated ones to put in here, you could find those and put those in there, but that's what is in this box. And again, none of this is sponsored by any of the companies that I mentioned. I bought all of these things with my own money. No one sent me anything to test or try out. And again, I like doing that because if there is an item that I don't particularly care for, then I can always say I don't particularly care for it and don't feel bad about it. So it seems like this one you can put a pillar candle on. This would be the base and this would be the top. So there's a variety of these sort of candlesticks. So I'm gonna finish unboxing this and then we'll show you the reveal of the cabinet and get to styling. And so this is what we found. I'm glad I waited and took my own advice. I almost didn't and settled for something else because I wasn't finding what I wanted. And it took months, and I'm, again, glad I waited. I thought I was gonna saw something else that I liked. It was a different material and a different shape, and I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll add a different shape into the room and that sort of thing, but I just wasn't in love with it, and this one I'm in love with, and so I'm glad I waited. I almost didn't follow my own philosophy of waiting until you find it, and I'm glad I didn't settle, and I waited until I found what I wanted. And so here it is. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Ta-da! And wait, there's more. It is lighted. There's a little touch switch on the side here. You touch it, so there's a low setting, a medium setting, a high setting, and then off. And just tap it. I left the tag on there just for the video, but I'm gonna take that off. But that's just so you can see where the switch is, which I thought was kind of neat, so that way you're not fumbling on the floor trying to find the switch or fumbling behind the cabinet trying to find the switch. I just thought that that was a good and interesting way to hide a switch. Also, the other cabinet that I thought I was gonna get was not lighted, so I'm kind of glad I settled on this one. So it's a freestyle, like I always do. So I haven't practiced this. I just thought we would do it similarly to what we did when we styled the coffee table. So I'll just sort of take the items and put them inside the cabinet and see how it looks. Let's start with this. Start with this at the top. And these do fit. I tried it earlier. It fit this morning when I did it. Oh, why is this not working now? I just did this. Here we go. Or not. Maybe down here. Oh. Don't worry. The glass is tempered. I did try that up there this morning. It fit fine. Now I couldn't get it back in there. But that's okay. You pivot and switch. And this is part of it. It's part of decorating it. Do I want? Let's try this up here on top. Level that out a little bit. If I turn this the other way. Let's see where this fits. let's break that up with this piece in the middle. And then let's do this piece. Let's fit here. Yeah, it'll fit there. Let's move them in though. That piece and this other piece here. Let's see. But I'll need a book, probably. Let's get coffee table book. Coffee table books. I think I'm gonna use this and that little knot and not the vases. I'll use the vases on the side of something else. So my thought process was at first to put these on top. And this morning when I tried it, they fit, and for some reason I couldn't get them back in there the same way, but it works fine. What I'm trying to do is create a shape or pattern from top to bottom where the elements either repeat themselves visually, texturally, or the same size or shape. And so as you start from the top, if you just have a singular item, then you either want to work your way from the top down and out, or top down out and then back into the center where you're making like a diamond shape, or a tree where you have tree from the top to the bottom all the way out, like a upside down triangle. So that's kind of what I thought I would try and see how that would work. And you don't have to fill every space. You just want to try and make it feel balanced, because I also think too, if you try and not fill every space, it feels more intentional. The other thing is it just gives you more space to add something later. The other thing, once you close the door and turn the light on, it'll give you an idea of, well, you know, this is nice and pretty, but the door kind of hides certain items and that sort of thing. And so what you might have in the middle this time that can't be seen, you might want to move to a different shelf or a different place so it can be seen. The other thought process behind some of that too is it will make you come over and look at the items and enjoy them closer up too. In a way, it invites you to come over and look at it and see how cool it is, or see, you know, something you might have missed. That is another thought behind it. But as you can see, you know, from the top down, it's pretty balanced. So I just have the single item on top. I have the two larger items in the middle, a small item to sort of balance that out. So it gives your eye, again, that way to travel across and see how it looks, and to travel from the top to the bottom. And again, we're just playing, so it doesn't have to stay like this. And we'll see if we can just make one more vignette and see how that goes.
Yep, there we go.
So I hope you enjoyed this video today and were excited like I was to fill an empty space. I know it's taken some time and effort a little bit to find exactly what I wanted, but again, I'm glad I waited and didn't settle for something else that I wasn't going to truly be happy with. So I think I'm going to stop here, but I will do a live YouTube live video, and we'll take some other items from around the house and style those in the cabinet and see how those look. And again, I look forward to creating with you. Have a good one. Exactly where to put all of your nice and pretty things. I do have some openings this month that you can call or check or book on my website and make a plan that we could come up with to help you with those design dilemmas, and we can turn your place from drab to fab. Look me up on Rooms by Roma and book that appointment online, and I will see you there.